لدحر الإرهاب بالنيابة عن البشرية في قتال مرير دفع العراق ثمن غالي جدا من أبنائه وماله، وبمساندة مهمة من التحالف الدولي والدول الإقليمية. بعد الانتصار على الإرهاب يدخل العراق مرحلة مهمة، وينهض هذا العملاق الكبير بموارده الطبيعية وإمكانياته البشرية لإعادة تركيز الاهتمام العالمي على ما يتطور فيه، وخاصة في مجال الطاقة. منتدانا اليوم ليس فقط للتنمية والازدهار في العراق، وإنما للتنمية والازدهار في الشرق الأوسط وامتدادا إلى الإقليم ومناحي مهمة بالعالم. هذه الدورة تدخل في مرحلة مهمة جدا في تطور الاقتصاد العالمي وصناعة الطاقة بالذات. ومن أهم المتغيرات والتحديات التي تواجهها دول منظمة الأوبك والعالم أجمع في متغيرات الطاقة. وسوف يولي هذا المؤتمر هذا الموضوع أهمية، ولنتداول فيما كيف نواجه هذه التحديات والمتغيرات. كما أن العالم أجمع يعاني في مرحلة التقدم التكنولوجي ودخول التكنولوجيا والروبوتات في الإنتاج وفي الخدمات مشكلة تشغيل الشباب والكفؤين والخريجين منهم، وتعاني منطقة الشرق الأوسط والدول المصدرة للنفط من هذه المشكلة بشكل خاص. ويجب الاهتمام ومناقشة كيفية تشغيل الشباب وتوفير مستقبل مهم لهم وعبور مرحلة الإحباط واليأس التي قد يعاني منها الشباب في مرحلة البطالة، والتي نراها في العراق بشكل واضح كتحدي خطير وكبير لنا. في مرحلة التغير التكنولوجي والاستعمالات المتطورة للتكنولوجيا في الصناعة النفطية، يجب أن نولي هذا الموضوع أهمية، وكيف ننقل هذه التقنيات المتقدمة إلى العراق والمنطقة. ولا يمكن أن نتقدم إلى الأمام بدون أن ندخل في حلقة مهمة جدا، وهي تمكين المرأة من المشاركة في الاقتصاد وفي التقدم العالمي الذي تأخرنا فيه بعض الشيء، ويجب أن نولي هذا الموضوع أهمية خاصة. هذا المؤتمر الخامس نأمل منه مناقشة كل هذه التحديات والمواضيع والمتغيرات لكي نخرج ببعض التوصيات التي نعتقد أنها ستكون مهمة ومفيدة للعراق وللشرق الأوسط، ولربما تكون فيها إسهام عالمي. وأشكر حضوركم، كما نشكر جميع المساندين والداعمين لهذه الدورة من المؤتمر. قسم منهم كانوا معنا في كل الدورات، وقسم منهم دخلوا في هذه الدورة بشكل واسع النطاق، ولم يكن بالإمكان إنجاح هذه الدورة بدون هذه المساندات والمشاركات. وأشكركم جميعا، وأتمنى لكم حوارا مثمرا ونتائج مفيدة، وأشكركم.
Thank you very much, Mr. Janabi, for your kind speech. Now, I will invite our keynote speaker, Mr. Thamar Ghadban, Deputy Prime Minister for Energy Affairs, to deliver his speech.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحضور الكرام، ضيوفنا الأعزاء، يسرني أن أرحب بكم أجمل ترحيب في هذا المؤتمر في دورته الخامسة، وأحيي القائمين عليه. وكما ذكر السيد نائب رئيس المنتدى أنه يعقد بعد أن عقد لأول مرة في داخل العراق، ونحن من جانبنا نرحب بعقد المؤتمرات في بغداد العزيزة. التزامات طارئة حالت دون حضور دولة رئيس الوزراء السيد عادل عبد المهدي المحترم، وعليه سوف أتناول باختصار مجموعة من المحاور التي يطلع هو بصفته رئيسا لمجلس الوزراء الإشراف عليها والاهتمام بها، ونحن أيضا بدورنا نائبا له ووزير النفط نلتزم بسياسة واضحة تجاه قطاع الطاقة. قطاع الطاقة يلقى اهتماما كبيرا من مجلس الوزراء، من الحكومة العراقية، وكذلك من السلطة التشريعية ممثلة بلجنة النفط والطاقة النيابية. هذا القطاع كما هو معروف لديكم جميعا هو المحرك الأساسي للاقتصاد، كما هو بسبب خصوصية الاقتصاد العراقي المورد الأساسي والرئيسي للموارد المالية، وتشكل موارد النفط أكثر من 90% من التخصيصات المالية في قانون الموازنة سنويا. نوليه اهتماما كبيرا، ونحرص كحكومة مسؤولة أن يشهد هذا القطاع نشاطا مستمرا متناميا متزايدا، وكذلك أن يخضع إلى سياسات واضحة تهدف إلى أن يبقى العراق منتجا أساسيا للنفط ومن ثم الغاز، وكذلك أن توفر الحكومة يوفر هذا القطاع احتياجات الشعب العراقي من الطاقة الكهربائية، وأن يكون في جملة هيكليته والتشريعات المنظمة له قطاعا مستداما. وعليه وضمن سياستنا سوف يشهد هذا القطاع سلسلة من الإصلاحات وإعادة الهيكلة، بحيث تكون الوزارات الاتحادية وزارات منظمة تحرص وتعمل على إعداد السياسات والتشريعات وكذلك النظم والتعليمات، فيما تتولى الشركات المختصة عمليات الإنتاج والنشاط التجاري. وعليه أيضا وفي هذا السياق سيشهد هذا القطاع جملة من التغييرات، بحيث تكون الآليات سواء كان إنتاجا أو الجانب التجاري منه أن نجعل منه قطاعا مستداما يلبي الاحتياجات المتنامية في السنوات القادمة. نحن في ذات الوقت نرصد التطورات التي تحدث في العالم، سواء كان على المستوى التكنولوجي أو على مستوى ظهور مصادر أخرى جديدة للنفط أو والغاز أو الطاقات الجديدة والمتجددة ودورها المتنامي من الآن إلى عقود قادمة في المستقبل. في ذات الوقت نهتم اهتماما كبيرا في الحفاظ على البيئة والتطورات المناخية والالتزامات الدولية. لذلك سعت الحكومة العراقية من خلال وزارة النفط على تنفيذ مشاريع كبرى في مجال استثمار الغاز وإيقاف هدره خلال السنوات القليلة القادمة. في دورنا أيضا وفي هذا السياق نرحب بالمستثمرين ورجال الأعمال، ونود أن نشير في هذا المجال إلى أن الحكومة العراقية حريصة كل الحرص على تطوير وإصلاح بيئة العمل بحيث تكون الإجراءات مبسطة سهلة للمستثمرين ورجال الأعمال عراقيين أم عرب أم أجانبا كانوا. نحن نعرف ما يعانيه هؤلاء المستثمرون ورجال الأعمال من روتين وبيروقراطية وإجراءات طويلة موروثة ضمن حزمة من التشريعات والتعليمات القديمة التي لم تعد حقيقة تلبي حاجة البلد ولا حاجة المستثمرين ورجال الأعمال. كذلك تعمل الحكومة العراقية على مكافحة الفساد، وأن تكون كافة المعاملات التجارية داخل البلد بين رجال الأعمال والمستثمرين والجهات الحكومية فعاليات وعمليات نظيفة، وكذلك أن يكون هنالك تكافؤ فرص إلى الجميع. تمنياتي لكم بنجاح المؤتمر من خلال جلساته المختلفة، ونحن في ذات الوقت نتطلع إلى ما يتمخض عنه مؤتمركم هذا من استنتاجات وتوصيات. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Thank you very much, Mr. Thamil Ghadban, for your speech. Now we will proceed by inviting our guest of honor, Mr. Mohammed Sanusi Bakindo, Secretary General of the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, to deliver his speech.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. His Excellency, our esteemed Minister of Energy and Deputy Prime Minister of the State of Iraq, Samir Abbas Al-Gaddam, Excellencies, distinguished colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, it is once again a great honor for us and indeed a privilege to return to Iraq, the land of the prophets, the land of Mesopotamia, to participate at this 5th Iraq Energy Forum and share the floor with these outstanding leaders gathered here today. I would like at the outset to acknowledge and commend the government of Iraq, particularly the ministries of oil, electricity and water resources, the Iraq Energy Institute, ably guided by Professor Ali Saik, and all members of the organizing team for arranging such an outstanding forum. I was just asking my friend Lue whether this forum is what number, and he confirmed to me is the 5th in the series. And considering this is just the 5th edition and it has already become a very permanent feature on our energy calendar, the founders, including Lue, should be congratulated for this foresight. the Iraq Energy Forum has evolved into one of the most reputable events on our calendar. And for us in OPEC, I told my colleagues, it's a must attend every year. And thank you, Lue. I consider myself extremely fortunate to have been a guest in this great nation on several occasions in the past during my professional career. It is always an honor to be here, as Iraq truly is the cradle of civilization. Each time I came to Iraq in the last 33 years, I leave Iraq with an additional diploma through learning from colleagues, from friends, from scholars, and visiting historical sites. And this time around, it's not going to be an exception. This is a nation of firsts, the place where the concept of the wheel first took health, where the first agriculture appeared, where the first system of irrigation was developed, an area where the oldest surviving form of writing hails from, where the first cities were settled. You could go on and on and on, and Dr. Samir Al-Gadban was just further educating me on the early civilizations. And he has whetted my appetite to return specifically to earn additional diplomas. So thank you very much, Samir. The enormity of these innovations are mind-boggling in that they fundamentally shaped our subsequent human existence, but are also the testimony to the enduring genius of the people who lived here, the people of Iraq. For millennia, Iraq has been home to civilizations that have left their mark on the region and the world. The Sumerians, the Akkadians, the Babylonians, the Assyrians, to name but just a few. Given this litany of extraordinary firsts and the fact that Iraq is the source and origin of civilization, you can understand why it is with tremendous pride that OPEC can say that our organization was also born in this prestigious nation. And today, by coincidence or design, is our birthday. We are 59 years old today. We deserve an applause for this special birthday in Baghdad. Distinguished colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, between the 10th and 14th of September 1960, representatives from 5 courageous oil-producing countries descended on Al-Shab Hall in Babul al-Mu'athan district in downtown Baghdad. Fuad Rouhani of Iran, Dr. Talat al-Shaibani of Iraq, Ahmed Said Umar of Kuwait, Abdullah al-Tariki of Saudi Arabia, and Dr. Juan Pablo Pere Alfonso of Venezuela. As a result of the actions of these 5 founding fathers, visionary leaders of our member countries, OPEC was born. Much has been written about the founding of OPEC and its significance, but in the interest of time this morning, I would highlight 2 particular legacies which are particularly relevant in our present times. With the benefit of hindsight, we might have the impressions that the foundation of OPEC was inevitable. However, that was not the case. The organization's founder members each arrived in Baghdad with different objectives, expectations, and priorities. Yet, these visionary leaders, these founders recognized that common interests outweigh any differences they may have had, that working together will always yield greater results than going alone, and unity is a sense of strength. These ideals are as relevant in 2019 as they were in 1960. They are truly timeless and have served as a stable linchpin throughout our checkered history. The founding of our organization is an outcome of competition, cooperation, dialogue, and compromise. And this has been clearly apparent in the every successes we have enjoyed in the subsequent 59 years. Secondly, Your Excellencies, OPEC was founded in strict accordance with the core principles of the United Nations Charter. The treaty establishing OPEC was later registered at the UN Secretariat in New York on the 6th of November 1961. Our organization has always been proud of its close association with the United Nations and our role in multilateral system. Aside from being the site of our organization's birth, it is no coincidence that Iraq is a founder member. This spirit of commitment to OPEC's pursuit of sustainable oil market stability has been exemplified by the current leadership of Iraq. Iraq has strongly supported the declaration of cooperation process. This unique initiative has seen OPEC join hands with 10 other non-OPEC countries to work together in bringing more balance to the market. Not only did Iraq play an important role in the brokering consensus among the 24 partners, it has also backed words with action. This year, Iraq, ably represented by His Excellency Thamir Al-Gadban, became a member of the Joint Ministerial Monitoring Committee of our organization and has made a critical contribution to the vital monitoring mission of this body. We're just returning from Abu Dhabi together with Thamir Al-Gadban, where we attended the 16th session of the Joint Ministerial Monitoring Committee. And since we started this process in January 2017, we all agreed in Abu Dhabi that this session was the most productive, it was the most successful, that has galvanized us to even greater commitment to our individual obligations. And we dedicated this 16th session to Thamir Al-Gadban. He not only provided leadership, his wise counsel, his reiteration of the commitment of Iraq to the supply adjustments lifted the spirit of all those who attended this meeting. And why? Because Iraq is a very big country, it's a country with huge resources, and within OPEC, and indeed the OPEC family, there is no decision that can be taken effectively and implemented effectively and efficiently without the participation of Iraq. And hence, the attention of all delegates and all ministers, and indeed the media in Abu Dhabi, was on Thamir Al-Gadban, and he discharged his responsibilities with the expectations of all, as every leader would be expected to do. Thank you very much. Shukran jazilan, Thamir. We are delighted that Iraq has continued to demonstrate its commitment through its steadfast support of our newborn Charter of Cooperation, which was endorsed at the 6th OPEC and non-OPEC ministerial meeting held on the 2nd of July this year in Vienna. This once-in-a-lifetime document provides an institutional framework for the cooperation between OPEC and our non-OPEC partners, facilitating dialogue among stakeholders in the interest of producers, consumers, and the global economy. I am delighted yet unsurprised to say that Iraq was the first country to ratify this charter. Can we give Iraq another applause, please? Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, returning to the city which birthed OPEC inevitably leads one to reflect on the history of the oil industry and the factors which connect our past with the present. Re-examining the annals of history, one cannot help but be struck by the perseverance of a belief held by some prominent voices, namely the notion of an impending collapse of oil. These ideas have sometimes been collectively categorized as the concept of peak oil and denote the notion that oil supply was on the verge of a long-term decline. Most famously, it was outlined by King Herbert in 1956 and Matthew Simmons as recently as 2005, but in truth, when one scores sources from even the 19th century, from the moment oil was first drilled for commercial purposes in Baku, Azerbaijan in 1846, people were focusing that as oil was a finite resource, production would eventually stop. The idea was particularly in vogue in the middle of the 2000s when countless articles, books, studies, media analysis described an impending oil supply shortage. Significantly, predictions of the end of oil have impacted the financial markets, affected investment decisions, and caused consternation for policymakers. I believe some who are here with us today. This reinforces the point that sentiment, speculation, and rumors have played important roles as market drivers, often causing a disconnect between oil prices and market fundamentals. Yet, primarily due to technological innovation, the idea of peak supply has not materialized. As Dan Yergin phrased it, and he said, the general history of the oil and gas industry is of technological advance. New technologies are developed to identify new resources and to produce more from existing fields. And this we have seen over the last 60 years. A particularly fascinating development in this current decade is that the concept of what peak oil means has now shifted. At the beginning of the 2010s, reports of peak supply were almost omnipresent. However, we are about to conclude the decade when this purported concern or challenge has shifted to concerns about peak demand. Pick up a newspaper today or read an article online, and one of the most common refrains is that demand for oil is about to plateau or decline. Such thinking has been heavily influenced by advocates of renewable energy and the electric car lobby, who champion the idea that hydrocarbons are on the verge of being replaced by renewable forms of energy. Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, while I will not diminish some of the important arguments and valid points which both proponents of peak supply and peak demand made, one cannot help but recognize common traits to both views. They both contain a degree of what Blake Clayton described as irrational anxiety. Peak demand fears do not necessarily reflect market fundamentals or the overwhelming majority of long-term focus of most reporting agencies. So to all stakeholders in our industry, particularly investment community and policymakers such as your good selves, I wish to make an appeal. Do not let your views or decisions on the oil industry be determined by the loudest voices, the overactions, or the excessively bullish or bearish. Instead, look at the facts. Focus always on the fundamentals. And when looking at the fundamentals in both the short and the long term, it is clear that the future of this industry is bright and the best is yet to come for our industry. In the long term, as OPEC's flagship publication, Our World Oil Outlook has shown, world oil demand is set to grow considerably in the future. Long-term oil demand is expected to rise to almost 112 million barrels a day by 2040. This will be primarily driven by developing countries. The expanding middle class, high population growth rates, and strong economic potential. Looking at the road transportation sector and the idea that electric vehicles are about to replace conventional vehicles, it should be noted that according to our outlook, although the rate for new sales of electric vehicles is very high, the share in total stock in 2017 was just 0.3% and 1.3% of total vehicle sales globally. While the long-term share of electric vehicles in the total fleet is projected to expand and reach a level of 13% by 2040, conventional vehicles constitute the majority of growth of the total vehicle fleet. For example, the ICE vehicles are expected to maintain their dominant share of new commercial vehicles sales over the forecast period. Although their share declines from 96% in 2017 to 81% by 2040, this still constitutes an overwhelming majority. Furthermore, as technological innovation defied the peak oil prognosis, I believe it will play a pivotal role in assuaging the peak demand concerns. Many link the fate of future of demand with concern regarding environmental credentials of oil. Technological innovation, particularly energy efficiency improvements, fuel efficiency standards, and carbon capture and sequestration technologies offer promising avenues to reconciling the conflicting components of the energy trilemma. Unfortunately, energy poverty remains a scourge of our time. The total number of people with access to electricity is just below 1 billion people. 3 billion people still lack access to clean fuels for cooking, and energy transition should not forget these realities, and we should strive for a more inclusive world where every person has access to energy as a matter of right. With regard to market prospects in the immediate term, market fundamentals remain solid, as our analysis in Baghdad have confirmed. Challenges to global economic growth remain, particularly within the sphere of trade-related tensions, the Declaration of Cooperation partners have repeatedly demonstrated through words and deeds their unwavering commitment to taking whatever action necessary in pursuit of sustainable oil market stability. The figures tell a compelling story. In August this year, conformity with our voluntary production adjustments was 136% and has averaged 121% per month since the Declaration of Cooperation was signed. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, next year in this great city, we will commemorate one of the most unlikely stories in world history. In the face of the resistance from some of the most powerful stakeholders on earth, a small group of developing nations came together to courageously assert their legitimate sovereignty over their natural resources. Who could have imagined that 59 years later, despite many momentous events in the interim, this group would expand and reach out the hand of friendship to other producers, 10 non-OPEC partners, under the umbrella of the now Charter of Cooperation. Committed to the principles of fairness, transparency, and equity, this group has evolved from a noble vision to a permanent transformative force for good, one that has had a profoundly positive impact on the global oil industry. At OPEC, we respect our origins and our history. For this reason, we are eternally grateful to the people of Iraq for everything they have done for our organization. I have told my friends, including Samir Al-Ghadban, that every OPEC Secretary General is a citizen of Iraq, and I am therefore proud to be one. We would therefore like to thank the government of this great country for their gracious invitation to commemorate the 60th anniversary of OPEC's founding next year here in Baghdad. This will allow all member countries to return to the organization's roots and undertake several important tasks. Finally, the 60th anniversary commemorative celebrations will allow us to take a holistic stock of the tumultuous journey our organization has been on and traveled down memory lane. From the moment of its conception, many did not think OPEC had a chance of survival. Yet over the last 6 decades, OPEC's relevance has only increased with each passing year. Throughout our history, we have faced our share of challenges, and we have learned many lessons along the road. We have survived 6 oil market cycles on this incredible journey. Despite all the highs and lows, peaks and troughs, we have remained dedicated to unity, transparency, and equity. It is important that we come together here in Baghdad in Al-Shab Hall to discuss and analyze these lessons learned. The 60th anniversary will also serve another critical purpose. Reflecting on our past, we will draw a roadmap for the next 60 years ahead, demonstrating our staying power in a fast-changing energy landscape. We will extrapolate how the principles which guided our founding fathers can be repurposed for the decades ahead. And may I also take this opportunity to announce to all delegates that His Excellency Samir Al-Ghadban, together with his colleague Dr. Loué, have just agreed to organize the 6th forum of the Iraq Energy Forum next year, together with the commemoration of the 60th anniversary of OPEC, so that together both the Institute, the Ministry of Energy, and OPEC would work together and organize a befitting diamond anniversary. We thank you very much, Your Excellencies, for this kind gesture. There can be no doubt in looking at the way ahead, Iraq will continue to be critical in all our endeavors. We will once again look to this great nation to summon the wisdom, inspired leadership, courage, and fortitude which have made Iraq an integral, invaluable, and pivotal member of our OPEC family to guide us on the way ahead. Allow me to once again thank our gracious Iraqi host and wish us all a very successful conference. Shukran jazilan.
Lots of appreciations to His Excellency Mohammed Barkanto, Secretary General of OPEC. In the spirit of OPEC and its founding in the city of Baghdad, we are playing a video material, a documentary about the foundation of OPEC in Baghdad.
Iraq's unique role in OPEC's founding and successes. The cradle of civilization, the home to ingenious people for millennia. Iraq is all these things and more, but it is also the birthplace of the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, which was founded in the Al-Shahab Hall in the Bab al-Mu'atham district in Baghdad exactly 59 years ago today, on the 14th of September 1960. The Iraq Energy Forum is taking place on OPEC's 59th birthday. As a founder member of the organization, Iraq was represented at the Baghdad conference by His Excellency Dr. Talad al-Shaibani. Iraq has continued to play an active role in furthering the organization's aims and promoting sustainable oil market stability. OPEC has been greatly enriched by the dedication and contribution of a succession of talented Iraqi public servants, including His Excellency Dr. Ibrahim Bahar Aloum, Minister of Oil from September 2003 to June 2004, and from May 2005 to January 2006. His Excellency Famir Abbas Al Radban, Minister of Oil, from June 2004 to May 2005. His Excellency Dr. Hussein Al Shahristani, Minister of Oil, from January 2006 to January 2011. His Excellency Abdul Karim Louabi, Minister of Oil and Head of Delegation of Iraq, from January 2011 to September 2014. He was also President of the conference in 2012. His Excellency Adil Abdul Mahdi, Minister of Oil of Iraq, from September 2014 to May 2016, and is now the current Prime Minister of Iraq. His Excellency Jabbar Al-Louabi, Minister of Oil, from August 2016 to November 2018. And once more, His Excellency Famir Abbas Al Radban, who has returned to the position and since 2018 has served as Deputy Prime Minister for Energy Affairs and Minister of Oil. Iraq has been particularly supportive of OPEC's market stabilisation efforts through the Declaration of Cooperation process, which has seen OPEC join hands with 10 non-OPEC oil-producing countries as they work together towards a balanced oil market. This commitment has risen to new heights in 2019 as Iraq has become a member of the Joint Ministerial Monitoring Committee. His Excellency Al Radban has made a valuable contribution to this distinguished body with insightful comments and thoughtful observations.
Yesterday and today meetings have been fruitful, culminating in the adoption of the Charter for cooperation between OPEC member countries and non-OPEC member countries. With the will and determination of all member countries, we arrived at consensus and we have agreed to go ahead. And in many cases, a number of OPEC countries and non-OPEC countries, their economy is oil dependent. And such type of cooperation, as I said earlier, will ensure a stable income.